Hello, a very good evening to all of you. Today we'll be starting off with a new lecture about linear equation in one variable. This lecture is for ICSE class 7. Okay. But if anyone else in any particular school board wants to learn about linear equation in one variable, they are more than welcome to watch this video and understand what the concept is all about. Okay. Let's begin our class today. Okay, so first thing that we'll start off is what is an equation? Okay, a mathematical sentence or statement showing that two expressions are equal. Okay, the term equation is said to be two particular things separated by an equal to sign. That is the reason why equal to sign is present. Equation equal to. Example, x plus 3 is equal to 7. See, linear equation means that there is only one equation present and that is fixated only on one variable. Okay, there is only one variable here. Okay, variable is what? Variable is any alphabet. Any alphabet. We take x generally as the finding variable because that is what like uh, we have been doing since the previous time, but we can take it at anything. We can say this equation as a plus 3 is equal to 7. So there is no difference in that. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so let's watch a video on what is actually an equation.
Look at this problem. 3 added to a number gives us 10. Find that number. We know it's 7. That's not the reason why I asked you this question. I want to know how can we represent this problem in a simpler way. We can probably say x plus 3 equals 10. Find x. 3 is added to a number to get 10. We just assign a variable to that number. This is called an equation and it helps us write large problems like these in a shorter way. This equation has just one variable, which is x, and it's an unknown, and the highest power of x is 1. These kinds of equations are called linear equations in one variable. They're also referred to as first-degree equations in one variable. They are called linear or first degree because the highest degree of the variable is 1. We will have a deeper understanding of why such equations are called linear in the coming videos. We categorize an equation into 3 parts. We have an equality sign in the center. To its left is the left-hand side, which is shown here as LHS, and to its right is the right-hand side, shown here as RHS. The problems for such kind of equations require us to solve for the value of the variable. There are 2 ways in which we can solve the equation. The first method is called the inverse operations method, and the second one is by using the transpose method. Both the methods give us the same answer. But after we solve equations using both the methods, we will realize that the transpose method is preferred over the inverse operations method.
Okay, guys. So before starting off with anything else, we'll start off with exactly what is how to use the inverse method and how to use the transpose method. Okay. So firstly, let's watch the two videos and so that we can realize we have an idea about how to solve this type of equations using both of the methods. And after completing both of the methods, it's actually up to you to solve this particular sum or any particular problem in linear equation of one variable using any one of these two methods. Okay. Let's begin using the first one. Let's see how to solve it with the inverse method.
finding the value of the variable that satisfies the equation. By satisfies, I mean the value of the variable that equates the left hand side and the right hand side. So our aim in linear equations is mainly to find the value of this variable x. The first method is the inverse operations method. Before you understand this method, we need to understand a simple concept. Whatever we do to the left hand side, we do the same to the right hand side. Let us choose a random number, say 5. Assume we add this number to the left hand side. For the equation to hold true, we have to add the same number to the right hand side. Similarly, if we subtract 5 from the left hand side, we have to subtract the same number from the right hand side. If we multiply the left hand side by the number, we have to multiply the right hand side by the same number. But remember, we have to multiply the entire side. By putting these brackets here, it means that we multiply the entire left hand side by 5. And if we divide the left hand side by the number, we also divide the right hand side by the same number. Note that 5 was a random number. Now you should be wondering how this concept helps us solve an equation. This concept is the crux of the inverse operations method. Just remember this concept. We move to a new page to solve a new linear equation. Say we want to solve the equation 2x plus 5 equals 13. How do we use the inverse method to solve this equation? Remember, when we have to solve such equations, our aim should be to keep only the variable on the left hand side. We have to eliminate everything else. So our first task should be to eliminate 5. So we will have to subtract 5 from the left hand side. But we just learned a concept that said, if we subtract a number from the left hand side, we have to subtract the same number from the right hand side. Hence, we subtract 5 from both sides. We get 2x plus 5 minus 5 equal to 13 minus 5. We subtracted 5 from both sides. 5 cancels out on the left hand side and the right hand side equals 8. Hence, our equation reduces to 2x equals 8. Now, to have just the variable on the left hand side, we have to eliminate its coefficient, which is 2. So we can just divide the left hand side by 2. And if we divide the left hand side by 2, we have to divide the right hand side also by 2. So we divide both sides by 2. We get 2x by 2 equals 8 by 2. 2 cancels out on the left hand side and 8 by 2 equals 4. Hence, we get x equal to 4. This tells us that if you put 4 in place of x here, you will get a 13. Let's review this method quickly. Our aim was to have only the variable on the left hand side. So we first eliminated 5 by subtracting 5 from both sides. And then we eliminated 2 by dividing both sides by 2, which gave us the value of x as 4. The last step after solving the equation should be to check our answer. So on the left hand side, we substitute the value of x and see if it equals the right hand side. The left hand side is 2x plus 5. Substituting 4 in place of x, we get 2 multiplied by 4 plus 5. That equals 8 plus 5, which is 13. The same as the right hand side. So we say that our value of x is correct.
Okay, guys, so we have understood how to solve any particular equation using like the inverse method. Now we'll come to the more easy method, that is the transpose method to solve that particular equation. Let's give this video a watch so that we can understand how to both of these equation works. Okay, let's use the transpose method. It's much easier method. This is the method that we are going to be using. Okay, let's begin.
we left off in the previous video. We used the inverse operations method to find the value of x in this equation. Let's move on to the second method, which is the transpose method. The good news is that this method is as simple as the first one. We consider the same equation, x plus 3 equals 10. Before we actually implement the transpose method, we need to understand a few concepts. Look at this equation. We need just x on the left hand side and we need to get rid of this 3. This 3, as you can see, is added on the left hand side. Here's the first concept. Whenever an existing term is added on one side, we can transpose the term to the other side by subtracting it. In this equation, 3 is added on the left hand side. So when we transpose it to the right hand side, we subtract 3. We can write the equation as x is equal to 10 minus 3. So this plus 3, which was on the left hand side, became minus 3 when transposed to the right hand side. Remember, this plus 3 is an existing term. We are not adding or subtracting it. We are just transferring it to the other side by changing its sign. These two are actually the same equations written differently. The second concept says that if a term is subtracted on one side, we can transpose it to the other side by adding it. If the equation was x minus 5 equals 12, we could have transposed 5 to the right hand side and added it to 12. The equation would then be x equals 12 plus 5. So here, 5 was an existing term that was subtracted. We transposed it to the other side by adding it. This concept is valid for addition and subtraction of terms. When a term is transposed to the other side, addition becomes subtraction and subtraction becomes addition. Transpose basically means transferred. The concept is similar for multiplication and division. A term that is multiplied on one side is divided when transposed to the other side. Let the next equation be 2x equal to 14 that we need to solve. Since our aim is to have just the variable on the left hand side, we should eliminate 2. And since 2 is multiplied on the left hand side, we transpose it and divide the right hand side by 2. We get x equal to 14 by 2. Similarly, a term that is divided on one side is multiplied when transposed to the other side. Consider this equation. X divided by 2 equals 7. We can see 2 is dividing the left hand side. So we can transpose it to the other side by multiplying the right hand side by 2. We get x equal to 7 multiplied by 2. So remember these 4 rules. If added, then it's subtracted when transposed. If subtracted, then added when transposed. If multiplied on one side, then it's divided when transposed. And if it's divided on one side, then it's multiplied when it's transposed. Now let's see how the transpose method helps us solve an equation. Let us solve the same equation we solved using the inverse operations method. 2x plus 5 equals 13. I reiterate, our aim is to keep just the variable on the left hand side. So we transpose 5 to the other side. Since it is added on the left hand side, we transpose it to the right hand side and subtract it from 13. We get 2x equals 13 minus 5. This gives us 2x equals to 8. The next step should be to eliminate 2 from the left hand side. Since 2 is multiplied with x on the left hand side, we transpose it to the right hand side and divide 8 by 2. So we get x equal to 8 by 2. That gives us the value of x as 4. We can see that we get the same answer using both the methods. The transpose method is actually the same as the inverse operations method. Just that, instead of subtracting 5 from both sides, we transpose 5 to the other side. It's the same thing as 5 and minus 5 cancel out here, and all we are doing is subtracting 5 from the right hand side. So we are avoiding a couple of steps to write the steps directly. In the inverse operations method, we use more terms to eliminate terms on the left hand side. Here we just transpose them to get the same result. In our videos, we will be using the transpose method.
Okay guys, so now we have understood what is an equation, how to solve it using inverse method and how to solve it using transpose method. Let's continue. Okay, so we've already known this parts of an equation. It two equation, and one is left hand side, one is right hand side, separated by an equal to sign. Okay, so one variable, this is a general formula of an equation. So let us see something about this. So this is the general form of an equation. Ax plus b is equal to c. Okay, so this x is nothing but the variable, and a, b, c are rational numbers, or in other case we also call them as constants. Okay, so in this particular equation, so if we, like this example is given, 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. Here this 3 which is multiplied to, it is known as the coefficient of x. Okay, this is not something that is required right now, but if you know, you can tell. Okay, so 3x is going to be equal to 10 minus 4, that is 6. So x is equal to 6 divided by 3, answer is 2. How to check whether my answer is correct or not? So if I put the value of x is equal to 2 here, so 3 into 2 plus 4, that is 6 plus 4 will give us nothing but 10, which is the right hand side. Okay, this is how we solve an equation. Okay, what is linear equation? One variable, done with the video. Okay, now real life applications. How do we solve? What are the problems that are going to be solved by us? Age problems, budget and spending problem, distance and times problem, construction and design measurements, equations help us solve everyday problem with logic. Okay, so we'll be doing each and every one of them one by one. Okay, so variables on both sides. See, whatever variables be on the both sides, always remember one thing, that the variables should be same. Okay, so we cannot use 2x plus 3 is equal to y plus 7. Here x and y are different variables. X and y are not equal, obviously they are two different variables. So this particular thing where two different variables are present are known as linear equation in two variables, not one variable, but we are doing here linear equation in one variables. So both of them should be either x or both of them should be either y. Okay, now inverse method, we have already watched the video. I think that is very evident. Now inverse method is already done. Okay, see, we have already used, but now I will be only solving each and every sum using transform method, because that is the method that I would like to tell you. So but still, let me do it by inverse method only, dividing both of them by 5. So what do I have? I have 3x by 5 plus 1 is equal to 4. Then I'm doing what? I am subtracting both of the sides by minus 1, getting the answer as 3x by 5 is equal to 3. Then I'm multiplying both by 5. Sorry. Then last one, dividing both by 3. Okay, so this is what the answer is using inverse method. But this is something that is very big, very huge. So we will most likely not be using this particular method. So let's solve this equation using transpose method. So 3x plus 5 is equal to 20. So plus 5 is present opposite direction, it will become minus 5, right? So 20 minus 5. So 3x is equal to 15. So x is equal to 15 by 3, that is 5. Okay, so I will remind you one more thing. Plus equal to plus, if on the other side of equal to will become minus. Minus on the other side of equal to will become plus. Multiplication on the other side of the equal to will become division. Division on the other side of the equal to will become multiplication. Okay, okay, as easy as this. Okay, now again we'll solve this in which both variables are present, but as you can see, both in both of them x is present. Okay, so let's solve it. 5x minus 2 is equal to 3x plus 6. I'll bring this 3x here and minus 2 here. So 5x plus will become minus 3x is equal to 6 plus 2. Okay, so 2x is equal to 8. X is equal to 8 divided by 2, that is 4. Okay, now let's see whether both of the equations are correct or not. Left hand side, right hand side. Left hand side is 5x minus 2, right hand side is 3x plus 6. Let's put the value 4 that we found out. So 5 into 4 minus 2 is 20 minus 2, that is 18. Similarly 3 into 4 plus 6, 12 plus 6, that is 18. So LHS is equal to RHS. Okay, thus this is proved. Now transposition method, we already watched the video, and this is the most beautiful thing, how to solve this particular chapter in linear equation in not only one variable, in both of the variables. Okay, chalo, let's solve this. We have 4x is equal to 17. This will come here, so plus 7. 17 plus 7 will give us what? 24. So 4x is equal to 24. So x is equal to 24 divided by 4, that is 6. Okay, now let's put 6 in this equation in place of x. So 4 into 6 minus 7, 24 minus 7, 17, which is equal to RHS. Thus our answer is correct. Okay, next, again another sum. So in this particular equation we have 5x minus 2x is equal to 18 minus 3. What did I do here? 2x comes, 3x goes there, plus becomes minus, plus becomes minus. So 3x will become 15, x will become 15 divided by 3, that is 5. So let's put the value of 5 in the equation. LHS, RHS. LHS is 5x plus 3, RHX is 2x plus 18. Okay, so 5 into 5 plus 3, 25 plus 3, 28. 2 into 5 plus 18, 10 plus 18, 28. So LHS is equal to RHS. Thus proved that our equation is correct. Okay. Solve a linear equation using flowchart approach. Okay, there's a video on it. Let's first watch the video, then we'll solve the sums one by one.
minus 5 equals 13. In the previous videos, we have solved for the value of x using the inverse and the transpose method. But here, we look at an interesting way to find the value of x. X is the variable we need to solve for, and it's on the left-hand side. What we do here is look at the operations that are done on the left-hand side. First, x is multiplied with 2 to give us 2x. So we go rightwards, multiply x with 2 and write 2x here. Next, a 5 is subtracted. So we subtracted 5 and write 2x minus 5 here. So these were the operations that were done on the left-hand side. X was first multiplied with 2 and then 5 was subtracted from this product. What do we do next? We are given that 2x minus 5 is equal to 13. Now to get the value of x, we perform opposite operations on 13 from right to left. By opposite, I mean positive will become negative and multiplication will become division. As it was a minus 5 here, we add a 5 to 13 and that will give us 18. Here, as we had multiplied by 2, we will have to divide 18 by 2. That gives us 9. The boxes in each column are equal to each other. 2x minus 5 is equal to 13. 2x is equal to 18 and x is equal to 9. Yes, we get the value of x as 9. So we went forward and then came backwards. As it kind of looks like a flow chart, let's call it flowchart approach. Let's try out another one. We are given the equation 4 times x minus 5 equals 8. We need to find the value of x using the flowchart technique we just saw. We start off with x and then see the operations that are done on the left-hand side. First, a 5 is subtracted from x. So we write a minus 5 here. That gives us x minus 5. Next, this entire thing is multiplied with 4. So we multiply this with 4. And we get 4 times x minus 5. We are done with the operations on the left-hand side. And what is this equal to? Based on the equation given to us, this is equal to 8. Now I want you to try solving this further to get to the value of x. Remember, we go from right to left and use the opposite operations. Give it a try. Okay, as we have multiplied by 4 here, we divide 8 by 4. And 8 divided by 4 gives us 2. And as we had subtracted a 5 here, we add a 5 to 2. 2 plus 5 gives us 7. We know that the boxes in each column are equal. So x will equal 7. You can also try substituting this value in the equation to verify the answer. 4 times 7 minus 5 will equal 4 times 2, which equals 8. It's correct.
Okay, guys. So we have understood what is flowchart approach. Now, balancing equation equality principle. Whatever you do on one side, you have to do the same on the other side. This is more or less, we all know what this is going to be. Chalo. Now, balance rule. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so 2x plus 3 is equal to 11 given. First thing is 2x. If I'm subtracting 3 from the left hand side, I'm also going to subtract 3 from the right hand side. So 2x is equal to 3 minus 11, that is 8. So now I'm dividing the left hand side by 2. Similarly, right hand side by 2. So 2 cancels out, this becomes 4. Value of x becomes 4. This is nothing but the balance rule. Okay. Now, okay. Now, second question. The equation is x minus 2 divided by 3 is equal to 5. Okay, first let's multiply both of these sides by 3. Okay, so x minus 2, 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 5 into 3. So this 3 and this 3 gets cancels out. So we have remaining x minus 2 is equal to 15. Now as minus 2 is there, we're going to add minus. We're going to add plus 2 here. Similarly 15 plus 2. So this plus 2 and minus 2 will cancel out and we get the value of x as nothing but 70. That's it. One second. X3, no, this is obviously this is the same answer for the last one. This is incorrect. Okay, now distributive property. Distributive property is something that we have already done. If I say 2 into 17, sorry, this is 17, so this can be written as 10 plus 7, right? So 2 into 10 plus 2 into 7, this will give us what? 20 plus 14, which gives us 34. Similarly 2 into 17 is also 34. Okay, so we have distributed, okay, the number. Similarly, in case of linear equation, we are distributing this 3x 3 into 2 6 is equal to 15. Now let's solve it using the same way. Okay, this is what is known as distributive property. Okay, let's begin with this sum. So first let's put 3 inside. Okay, so 6x 3 into 4 12 is equal to 5x plus 18. Okay, which side is greater? Left hand side. So we'll put 5x on the left hand side, 12 on the right hand side. So 6x minus 5x will give us 18 minus 12. So x is nothing but 6. Okay, so let us solve for LHS and RHS now. So 3 into the value of x is nothing but 6 here, right? So we'll substitute 6. So 2 into 6 plus 4, 5 into 6 plus 18. So 2 into 12 plus 4. Okay. So 3 into 16. 3 into 16, nothing but 48. Similarly, 30 plus 18, 48. So LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. That is it. I hope you are understanding. Now, for this second sum, using distributive property, we are going to do the same thing. So 4 into 3, 12x minus 4, 12x minus 4 minus 2x, 3 into 2 is 6x, plus 3 into 5 is 15. Okay, now let's put all the variable on one side. So I'll put this here and the constant on the other side. This will become 12x minus 2x minus 6x is equal to 15 plus 4. Okay, so 12x minus 8x is equal to 19. So 4x is equal to 19. The value of x will become 19 by 4. Okay, so let me see 19 by 4 whether it is correct or not. Let's put LHS RHS here. LHS, so 4 into 3 into 19 by 4 minus 1. So 4 into 3 into 19 by 4 minus 4, 4 cancels. 19, 27, 3, 4, 57 minus 4 753. This is LHS. Now let's do for RHS. So 3 into 2 into 19 by 4 plus 15 to 6x plus 15. This is 12x minus 4 minus 2x. 10x minus 6x 4x 4x 15 minus 4. Okay, let's see what is happening here. 53 19 by 4, so 2x x value of this, 57 by 2 plus 15. Okay, so 257 plus 30, 87 by 2. No, this is not getting equal. Let me do this sum again. Okay, 12x minus 4 minus 2x is equal to 6x plus 15. So 12x minus 2x minus 6x is equal to 15 plus 4, 19. So 4x, the value of x is coming 19 by 4. Okay, let's see what is happening here. So if this is just 2, same answer is coming in. Let me see one thing. If this is just 2, so 12x minus 4 minus 2 is equal to 6x plus 15. So 12x minus 6 is equal to 6x plus 15. So 6x is equal to 15, so this is 21 to 7. X is equal to 7 by 2. If this is 7 by 2, then 4 into 3 into 7 by 2 minus 4 minus 2 minus 6 to 6. 6 sevens are 42. 42 minus 6, 36. This is LHS. Now RHS 3 into 2 into 7 by 2, 21 plus 15, 636. Okay, so there is a printing mistake in the sum. This x is not present. Okay, this x is not there, it is just minus 2. Okay, then the answer is coming. Okay, so if it is 2x only, we are getting 19 by 4 that we found out in the first one. If we are taking x, okay, now time for the last portion of the class, that is word problems. Okay, so this is the problems that are going to come in the exam. Let's start. A number increased by 9 is 25. So let the number be x. If it is increased by 9, it will become 25. Okay, so x is equal to nothing but 25 minus 9. That is going to give us the answer 16. That's it. So the number is increased by 9. So I have a number. Okay, that is x. Plus 9 will give us 25. Okay, is the term is actually the equal to in this particular equation. Is 25 is nothing but this equal to. Okay, now we have some examples. Let's see what the example is all about.
In this video, we will see how we can form linear equations for a given word problem. It is one of the most important concepts in linear equations. 180 centimeters tall. That's his height. The length of his lower body is 100 centimeters. So this length will be 100 centimeters. So what will be the length of his upper body? We want to find out this length. So to form an equation, we assign what we want to find out, a variable. And our all-time favorite variable is x. So let the length of his upper body be x centimeters. We do this since we need a variable to form an equation. And it's always a good idea to write an extra figure too. So we write x centimeters here. It is obvious that his total height will be the sum of the length of his lower body plus the length of his upper body. The sum of the length of his upper body and lower body is x plus 100. And the total height we know is 180 centimeters. Hence we write the equation as x plus 100 equals 180. This is the linear equation we have to form. After transposing 100 to the right hand side, you should get x as 80 centimeters. That is, the length of his upper body as 80 centimeters. Because we had John visualized here, we could easily say that the sum is equal to his total height. But all problems are not so straightforward. You will be given word problems and you will be expected to draw the figure or visualize it in your mind. Whenever we're given a word problem, there are two things we need to do. First, form the equation. Second, solve it. Okay, here's a fact. Anybody can solve an equation. It's very simple. It is forming an equation that can prove to be challenging. So we will just form equations in the coming videos.
Okay, so we have done. Now find the number, find the parts. Okay, another two more videos are there. So first let us like complete the entire video wala thing, then we'll start out with the sums. So find the number and find the parts are there. Okay, so let's give it a watch one after the other. This is exactly how you will decipher any particular equation into parts so that you can find out the answer, required answer.
In this video, we will try to form equations for three interesting word problems. Look at this one. 12 subtracted from a number gives us 8. Find that number. Let that number be x will be the first thing you write in most of the problems. We assign a variable to the unknown. 12 subtracted from something gives us 8. And we need to find that something. To form the equation correctly, you have to read the question very carefully, part by part. After you're through with this video, you will know what part by part means. So let's start reading this question. It says 12 subtracted and we stop. This is our first part. 12 subtracted. So we know 12 is subtracted from something. So we write minus 12 and we will have something here. But subtracted from what? Let's continue reading the question. From a number. It is the number we want to find. And we have assigned a number a variable which is x. So it is 12 subtracted from x. This was the second part of the question. We continue reading. Gives us 8. This basically means equal to 8. So we write it here. That's it. Your equation is formed. Remember, the job of the person who makes these equations is to just twist the words. It was such a simple equation written in such a complicated way. You just have to learn to decode the parts and write them down. So to quickly review, this is derived from 12 subtracted, this is derived from a number, and this is derived from gives us 8. So breaking the questions into parts and writing the equation is the best way to form an equation. Solving this equation will give you x equal to 20. But remember, we are not here to solve equations. Our aim is to just form them. So the number is 20. You can see that 12 subtracted from 20 will give us 8. Let's move on to the next one. Find a number that is 3 times the sum of 5 and 7. We have to find some number. Let that number be x. Now we follow a part by part approach. A number is x, and the word is always means equal to. So the words the number that is can be written as x equal to. The next part is 3 times. It means 3 multiplied by. 3 multiplied by what? The sum of 5 and 7. So we write 5 plus 7 here. Do not forget the brackets. Without the brackets, it will have a completely different meaning. It is 3 multiplied by the entire sum. That's it. Your equation is formed. After solving the equation, you should get the answer of x as 36. The last problem is very interesting, and we will look at it in the next part of the video. Twelve is divided into two parts. One of the parts is twice that of the other. Find the parts. If you're new to such problems, this one may seem to be a bit tricky. Anyway, we follow the same procedure. Here we have to find the parts, which means we have to find the two numbers. In such cases, where we have to find two numbers, we do not define x initially. Now let's come back to our problem. It says 12 is always means equal to. So we write 12 is equal to. The next part is interesting. Divided into two parts. Some students directly write 12 is equal to something divided by something as they see the word divided. But that would be wrong. So make sure to go slow and think carefully. Divided into two parts means it's written as a sum of two numbers. Some number plus some number. So this is the first thing we could decode from the question. 12 is something plus something. These are the two parts. Let's continue reading the question. One of the parts is, so we write one part is equal to. Note that we haven't chosen x yet. One part is equal to what? Twice. Twice means to multiply by. Twice that of the other. So it will be 2 multiplied by the other part. We have decoded the question completely now. 12 is divided into 2. Note that we haven't chosen x yet. One part is equal to what? Twice. Twice means to multiply by. Twice that of the other. So it will be 2 multiplied by the other part. We have decoded the question completely now. 12 is divided into two parts and one part is twice that of the other. Now we have to find the parts. But what do we consider as x? Though there is not a hard and fast rule, we generally take the variable on the right hand side to be x. So let the other part be x. This will be x. So if the other part is x, one part will be 2 multiplied by x, which is 2x. That's it. We have got the two parts in terms of the variable x. One part is 2x and the other part is x. So we can write 12 equals x plus 2x. This is our equation. Solving the equation, we will get the value of x as 4, which means 2x is 8. And the two parts of the number 12 as 4 and 8. So this is what the answer should be. The two parts are 4 and 8. And one part, as we can see, is twice that of the other.
Okay guys, so now we have completed the entirety of the videos. So let's head straight into a sum. Word problem, age example. Ravi is 4 years older than his sister. Now, see, first thing we will realize is what is given. So Ravi, I cannot write Ravi as a variable, right? So I will take R as Ravi. Sister, I don't know the name of the sister, so I'm just going to write S. Okay. Now Ravi is 4 years older than his sister. Okay, so Ravi is 4 years older than her sister. This is the first equation. Okay, Ravi is is nothing but equal to, right, 4 years older than a sister. Second part, sum of their ages is 28. So Ravi plus sister will give us 28. Okay. So if we put in, this is the second equation. The first equation can also be written like this, right? Ravi minus sister is equal to 4, and Ravi plus sister is equal to 28. Okay. Now let's add all of these. So Ravi minus sister plus Ravi plus sister will give us 28 plus 4. I'm adding all the variables. So minus sister and plus sister. Okay, so minus and plus cancel each other out, and we have 2 Ravi. Okay, 2R is equal to 32. So R is nothing but 32 divided by 2, that is 16. Okay, so the age of Ravi is 16, and the age of the sister is what? 16 minus 4, that is 12. Okay, so we can also solve it like this. So sister is equal to 28 minus Ravi, which is equal to 28 minus Ravi is what? 16, giving the answer is 12. Okay, that is it. Okay, sister is 12 years and Ravi is 16. Now, next example. A father is 4 times as old as his son. Okay, so father, son. I'll try to solve it by ratio method. This is not something that you have learned. Okay. So leave it. Let's not solve it by ratio method. Let's do it normally. Father is 4 times as old as his son. So father capital F variable, son small s. Okay, chalo. So father is equal to 4 into son. First equation. In 5 years, the father age will be 3 times the age of his son. So father plus 5 years is equal to son will also grow 5 years, right? Why will only the father will be growing? Like son is also growing by 5 years. So in 5 years, father age will be 3 times the age of his son. 3 times the age of his son. Okay. So f plus 5 is equal to 3s plus 15. Okay. Now from the first equation we have find out the f is equal to 4s. We'll substitute that 4s here. So 4s plus 5 is equal to 3s plus 15. Okay. So s comes here. So 4s minus 3s is equal to 15 minus 5, giving us the value of s is equal to nothing but 10. So father's age is what? 40. That's it. 4 into son's age, the 4 into 10 is 40. What are the present ages? So 10 and 40 are the present ages. Okay. So you can see what the answer is. Okay. Try to solve this, try to understand what is written. Separate the sum. You can do whatever way you want to. Okay. Now, after doing this, we have to just check the solution. Okay. So check the solution we have already discussed, right? Whatever answer comes out, we'll just put this inside the equation, check whether LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. So that is the end of the class, guys. I hope you found something interesting today. Have a great day. See you in the next class, guys. Bye bye.